Hi, it's Brandy again, and this is my second YouTube video that I made. The first one is my own testimonial for myself over the amazing things I experienced in just a few weeks using Shaklee vitamin products, the Vitalizer and the Nutriferon. So I encourage you to watch that video. Also, if you have or if you know anyone who has had migraines, food intolerances, achy pains, or anything like that. Anyway, all that's in that video, that's covered. This video is totally separate. So my name is Brandy Mills. I am 36 years old, and I am the mother of a dyslexic. My son is dyslexic. He is 7 years old, and we first realized he was dyslexic when he was still in school. Right now he's homeschooled. But he was in school, and they weren't at the point yet where they were having a lot of readers come home, the little elementary books and stuff. He was just learning basic words like I, a, am, you, do, go, things like that. And he was really struggling with even small words like 2- and 3-letter words. And my grandmother was a teacher. I read very early. I was reading by the time I was 4. Because she was always, encouraging to me. She taught me little tricks and tips on how to remember things and how to learn all throughout my elementary years. So I really felt like I could help him, overcome it. I didn't really know exactly what was going on, but I noticed that especially with 3-letter words that he was sometimes using the sound of what the word ended with. So like if I taught him how to sound out the letters, like T, T, and N says na. And I was seeing that he was saying, like if the word was ton, just for an example word, if it was ton, then he would sound it out with the N sound because that's what it ended with. So I started worrying that he was seeing things backwards. And so I started doing some research on different types of dyslexia because there's more than just writing things backwards. And dyslexics are very intelligent people. A lot of times they compensate they perceive that they're not learning at the same way that the other kids are, so they try to compensate for that, and they start coming up with their own little tricks on how they learn things. So when I was first introduced to Shaklee products, one of the things that kind of stood out to me, it was a positive and a negative for me, was I saw a picture in their presentation about a child who had dyslexia, and it showed on one side that he was writing, that the child was writing, dyslexics tend to have really bad handwriting, and he was writing really poorly. And then it showed on the other side, and I think, this is probably available online if you want to look at it. It's just Google up Shaklee dyslexic boy. And then on the other side, it showed after 2 days of taking Shaklee products, this boy was writing perfect. So, of course, as a mother of a dyslexic child, you want to believe that. And you want to believe that's going to be awesome and great and everything. But at the same time, it kind of made me skeptical because, like, 2 days, really? Not 2 months or a year, but 2 days, this kid's already writing fast. So it made me a little skeptical. And so I wasn't really sure. I had already ordered products for myself, though. But I wasn't sure if I was going to try to get my kids to take them, especially not my son, because he hates vitamins of all kind. I've never been able to get him to take vitamins. I have to kind of bribe him when I'm like, you have to take a vitamin at some point in time. But I usually end up just throwing them away because it's just too much trouble. So I got my vitamins in, and when I realized that my vitamins were doing like incredible stuff in under a week's time, I thought maybe these are really incredible things and maybe I should try it. So I ordered some of the Mighty Choice DHA chews, which I didn't have enough money in the bank account at the time to get the Incredivites also. So I just thought, well, I'll get the DHA chews, and I may not get wonderful, awesome results, but I'll get some results probably if these vitamins are as good as the ones I'm taking. So I ordered the DHA chews. They're called the Mighty Smart. And when they came in, I immediately, told the kids to try them, and I always try to, I was glad they were in a chew because sometimes I can trick them into taking that first bite before they realize it's a vitamin, because they have like super spidey sense taste buds that say, oh, this is not candy, this is a vitamin. So I told them it was candy. They took the first bite, and then my son immediately said, this is a vitamin. And I said, well, but he didn't spit it out, and he wasn't making the ugly face. So I said, well, do you like that vitamin? He said, yeah, it's pretty good. So I was glad for that. I thought, well, hey, if this even gives me minor to moderate results, I'm going to keep giving it to him, because he'll take it, and he's never taken vitamins. So I gave it to him. It had been about 3 days. We're continuing every day. We read about 2 to 3 books a day and drill on words and things like that. And he's gotten somewhat better at, reading through things, but you can still tell it's really frustrating, especially if the book is long. We usually try to stick with very short books. Like, we can't even get up to the Dr. Seuss books because they're too long. And he'll get the words down, and he can memorize them on the page. These are the words that is supposed to be on the page. He'll get where he memorized them. But if you take the words out of context, he really struggles with them. I usually have to make the first sound so that he'll know what word it is. And then I'm really not sure if he's understanding how to read the word, or if he's just picking up on those cues. So like I said, we've been going through some short books. And so he started going back through, and these are books that he's read over and over again. But it seemed like every day was like a new book, where that he was still having problems reading the same book. There were some he had totally memorized. He didn't even have to look at the page, and he could tell you all the words. But that's just memorizing it. That's not reading. That's memorizing. So the books we had been working on, he was still struggling with. So after about 3 days, we were reading, and I noticed that he just got through the book so fast. So I started pointing out words and on the page, to take them out of context, and he was recognizing them. And it really kind of surprised me, because, I thought, well, if he took both of the vitamins, maybe I would get exceptional results, but I just didn't expect to get just exceptional results with only the DHA chews. So, I had to go into town that day. I stopped off and I got a Dr. Seuss book, because I've been just like, that's like been what I've been trying to build up to, is Dr. Seuss books. So, I went and got Are You My Mother and Go Dog Go, and I brought him home, and he'd never read them before, so I wasn't sure how it was going to work out. And he made it all the way through the first book, the Are You My Mother. He made it all the way through the first book, and by the end of the book, he was already retaining the words that he had read, that he was introduced to in the first of the book. And so it was so amazing. I went and got my husband from work. He works from home. So I went and got him out of his office to make him watch, so that he would know, hey, look, this is a new book. It still has the tag on it. He's never read this book before. He's reading through this book. It's a long book, and he read through it all by himself. There were words that I had to introduce him to and remind him of, just like with any normal elementary school reader. But he was able to get through it amazingly fast. And this was after literally 4 days of him taking these chews. Okay, and that wasn't even with the main multivitamin that had been promoted to me originally. So, needless to say, we've ordered the other vitamins. We're waiting on those to come in. We had to wait till we got paid and everything, because we'd already ordered so many Shaklee products. But we have our Incredivites coming in. I'm very, very excited to see exactly what's going to happen when those come in and the results we're going to get, and I will definitely keep y'all updated. But if you have a child that's learning disabled, I definitely encourage you to at least try the DHA chews. Again, I will post the results for the other later, so I can't really speak on those. I'm not going to give you a testimonial for something I haven't tried yet. Even if I totally believe it's going to work, I haven't tried it, so I can't tell you for sure. But I can tell you that the DHA chews do work. They have produced results in our family, and we're very happy with those results. And so if you have any kind of learning disability, or even, if you just want your child to be smarter, it seems like, if it would give that much of an edge to a learning disabled child, how much more would it do for, a child who is already at a normal learning level or even above average. So if you do have a child and you're concerned about their learning, you want them to learn faster, have more brain power or whatever, then I do encourage you to try the Shaklee vitamins. I'm a distributor. My link is at the bottom. If you already have a Shaklee distributor, you know someone who sells Shaklee, I encourage you to get in touch with them first. If you don't know anyone, or you don't like the person that you know that's in Shaklee, then you can always click on my link below, and you can sign up to become a member. This month, you can get the Adult Vitalizer vitamins and your membership for the same price. If you buy the Vitalizer, this is February 2014, by the way. If you buy the Vitalizer, you get your membership fee waived, and you get a free weight loss product. If all you want to do is just buy the children's vitamins, you just want to try them, then you can sign up for $19.95, and then you can purchase the children's vitamins right off there, and there's no commitments. You don't have to buy a certain amount every month. They're not gonna hound you down for an auto ship. I'm on the auto ship because I believe in the products. I've tried them. They work for me. I get 10% off for being on auto ship. But if it's your first time, you've never tried them, you like to try before you get locked into something, then you can you can just buy them regular price, and you'll get you can get those kids' vitamins in and start trying them today. And then you never have to buy them again if you don't like them, and there's a money-back guarantee. So there's really not much to lose, and you have a whole lot to gain. If you're like me, this is the difference in my kid being able to read or not read to me. So check the link down below. There's lots of other information about Shaklee products, and have a great day.